Well, this story begins when I lived in Bean Station. Danny and we had been married maybe 2 years. Almost hadn't had Thomas yet. So he worked evening shift, so he was always gone late in the evening, and I didn't mind that. I liked the evenings. It was summertime, and it was pretty. We lived on German Creek at the boat dock, except there was a trailer park there at that time. And I really liked that place. I could go for walks down in the park, the camper park, and I loved that. And was never felt scared there. Felt safe, and I was just about 21 or something. But anyway, I had good neighbors, older people that was just sweethearts. And so this particular day, I was just having a good day, been out in the sun, and then I come in, and it was getting ready to be dark, but I had took my bath, hadn't locked my door, never did feel like I needed to lock my door, was just that kind of a place. But something told me, I'd been in the bathroom, taking my bath and shaving, and I was singing up a storm, and something said, should I go lock your door? So I didn't even get the screen locked, the screen door latched. I just shut the door and locked it. And so, and I always had my pistol on the coffee table because I was alone, and I was always a little bit scared of the dark back then. I wasn't really want to live there, but anyway, I always had it just in case. And so after I locked that door, it was a trailer as I lived in, and there was windows, of course, in the living room on both sides, and there was somebody knocked. I just got it locked, and the screen door was open because they knocked on the door, and I just a feeling that there was somebody there, and they knocked, and this was I guess it was 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, It hadn't been dark too awful long, but it was dark. And somebody knocked, and they were talking like that right there, like you could tell that there was something wrong with them. And they said, I need some gas. Well, I had no vehicles there. I had no gas, and I had no telephone, and we didn't have cell phones back then either. And so, yep, that sort of scared me. I said, well, I don't have any. And so, I guess, I don't know if I was only lied on. I'm thinking my neighbors were probably asleep because they were older and they went to bed kind of early. So I left it at that. I had the lights on in the living room. And so then I hear a pecking on one of those windows. Just a pecking. And they didn't say nothing. Well, I was scared. I really was, because I done told them I didn't have no gas. And obviously, I couldn't help nobody. So I figured they were messing with me, or who knows what, So I knew my front door didn't, if it wanted to knock it down, it wouldn't have been no problem. It was halfway, it was just halfway a lock. Because I was young and we were poor, and so we didn't put a big fancy lock on that door. And anyway, so I just said, just turn that light off, turn the kitchen light off, and just go in there and sit beside the refrigerator in the floor. I got my gun, and I took it, because in that kitchen and in the trailer, there was windows everywhere, and when they stepped up on that porch, they could have looked through that one window. So, and I also knew that my back door, as a matter of fact, would pop open occasionally. I did have the chain on it fixed, but so I was in the corner there at the refrigerator where I could see all of you. And so I waited there. No, I never heard anything else. And so they either left or I don't know, where they couldn't see me anymore and figured they might ought to leave me alone, because that would have been a good idea to leave me alone. And So I never did hear nothing else. And so I sat in that corner there at the refrigerator, prepared for whatever. If something popped in that front door, yeah, it would have been interesting, I'm thinking, for somebody. But anyway, so I sat there and Dan finally come in, and boy, I sure was happy to hear that old green truck rolling up to the house. And I told him the story, which, it was probably just somebody out drunk. And they may have been needing gas. They may have been just wanting to pick at somebody. But anyway, that all turned out good for me. But I'll always remember that on German Creek Boat Dock. It was kind of a lively night for me. So anyway, I'm going to have more stories for you. Talk to you later. And this thing needs to start turning off when I click it too. But it don't.